Internal combustion engine vehicles are significant contributors to air pollutants and greenhouse gases linked to global climate. As the global economy begins to strain under the pressure of rising petroleum prices and environmental concerns, research has stimulated the development of various types of clean energy transportation technologies to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions in transport by 60% by 2050. But the establishment of the energy storage technology, which can support the required output power during acceleration and considerable life cycle, is critical. One of the key limitations of electric vehicles in replacing internal combustion engines is the energy density, or amount of energy stored per kilogram or per litre, which translates into how many kilometres or miles you go in one charge. There are several cars in the market, and based on the cell technology, battery pack size and, of course, the cost, the range per single charge is different. To address this challenge, researchers have explored different cell chemistries and pushed the boundaries for electric vehicles in the automotive market, as well as other electrochemical storage technologies. In this video, we will briefly explain the advantages, disadvantages, and limitations of different cell chemistries that will help us in designing better batteries for the future. A battery is an electrochemical storage device that converts chemically stored energy into electrical energy. This energy conversion from chemical to electrical involves three main components: a positive electrode, a negative electrode, and an electrolyte. In any lithium-ion battery, the key performance specifications are energy density and power density. Now, let's see how different cell chemistries address these two objectives and some aspects of safety. There are three types of anode families based on the way in which lithium combines with the anode. First, intercalation and deintercalation based, where the lithium atoms are inserted between the layers during the charge and removed or extracted during discharge, for example, graphite. Second, conversion type anodes, where the anodes form an alloy with the anode materials, for example, silicon or tin. The third type is conversion-based anodes, where the anodes are transitional metal oxides that accommodate more than one lithium. Now, one of the main requirements for the anode material is to have low lithiation or delithiation potential and have high gravimetric capacity. From the point of view of the anode materials, graphite seems to be the most appropriate candidate due to its high specific capacity. Graphite became the state-of-the-art anode material because of this feature and simple reaction chemistry with minimal problems like volume expansion. Lithium insertion into graphite starts below 1 volt against lithium in several stages. Silicon is a conversion-type anode and is considered a promising candidate for negative electrodes for lithium-ion batteries due to its wide abundance, its large theoretical specific capacity, which is almost 10 times higher than graphite, and is relatively low working potential. However, the main drawback of silicon is the volume expansion, which leads to a reduction in the cycle life of the cells. Many approaches exist to solve this problem industrially and fundamentally. Lithium has beneficial characteristics such as high theoretical capacity and the lowest negative reduction potential. It is not commercially used as anode in batteries due to its alarming dendrite formation, which leads to serious safety hazards including thermal runaway or even fire and explosion of batteries. Amongst cathode materials, nickel-manganese-cobalt-based cathodes, also known as NMC materials, are very popular. Due to their superior power and energy density, NMC cathodes have been around for almost 20 years now. There are different variations depending on the amount of nickel, cobalt, and manganese. A high nickel content is important to improve capacity, so a 20% increase from NMC 622 pushes the capacity of NMC 811 to around 200 mAh per gram. But higher nickel content can also lead to stability issues. The olivine lithium iron phosphate, or LFP, now stands as a competitive candidate as cathode material for the next generation of a green and sustainable lithium-ion battery system due to its long lifespan, abundant resources, low toxicity, and high thermal stability. The main problem is its low conductivity, which is overcome by reducing the particle size and by coating it. NMC's lithium ions can move in two different directions, while LFP's lithium ions can only move in one single direction. NMC's lithium diffusion coefficient is 10,000 times faster than that of LFP. In the case of electron mobility, NMC is 1,000 times faster than LFP. Lithium nickel manganese oxide is a promising cathode with a theoretical capacity of 147 mAh per gram, a high operating voltage plateau, and low cost compared to NMC 811. The spinel crystal structure allows excellent rate capability suited for high power applications. One of this technology's bottlenecks is the voltage window of the electrolytes and the binders, which leads to rapid loss of cycle life. When it comes to electrolytes, they must have high ionic conductivity and negligible electronic conductivity. They must be chemically stable with respect to the other battery components, have low flammability, and low cost. The electrolytes consist of three main components: lithium salt, solvent, and additives. They are made in different ratios based on the application and components used in the cells. It is the medium through which the lithium ions are transported to anodes and cathodes. Conventional liquid electrolytes are toxic, volatile, and highly flammable. Solid-state electrolytes are alternatives to liquid electrolytes. As the name suggests, they are in solid phase, and they act both as electrolytes and separator in the cells. There are different families of such electrolytes based on the composition, and the main drawback is the ionic conductivity, which is a few magnitudes lesser than liquid electrolytes. Hence, commercialization is a problem where higher charging or discharging currents are required. In this video, we presented the importance of lithium-ion batteries and provided an overview of different components in lithium-ion batteries with the required characteristics. Different options or alternates for battery components were mentioned with their main advantages and disadvantages.